am I interrupting your exercise here?
No, go right ahead, Jay.
Okay, the next one's more interesting. In Volume 1 of the MAL book, on page 6-130, you'll find a procedure called Eclipse SSR8 small cabin leak isol. As you know, we're seeing a 0.6 of a pound per hour leak somewhere in the spacecraft. We'd like to take the leak isolation steps in that SSR, only steps 3 through 9. And I have a note for you when you have that procedure out.
Going to get it right now.
The plan now is to have the crew shut off several valves inside the orbiter's cabin that could also be responsible for a bit of a leak, and also by having them shut will help Environmental Control Systems Officer watch a steady cabin pressure to see if shutting off those.
We're working on Eclipse SSR8.
Okay, in 8 we'd like steps 3 through 9 only. And in step 8, where it says on MCC go, you're go for that using a can from the Space Lab. Roger. We want both crews to be aware of it. We found a window for the Medea valve to close. On L4A, close the Medea valve. It's labeled Medea valve, and then there's a circle around it, Medea valve vent line. And please give us a mark when you've closed that. We'll evaluate, and on our call, we'll have you do a further leak isolation on the Medea line.
Hello, Bernard. This is Dieter Volkmann.
Morning.
Good morning.
Let me give you a minute and let me get the cameras activated for you. We've had here in Gravity 5.
Da sind aber auch schon manche krumm. It's okay, thank you.
Okay, you can tell me if you need to see it in any other direction.
Fine, no, it's fine. We are waiting for the next container.
All right, I'll pull out 6 here. Just so. Okay, and Peter, here is Gravity 6. Looks to be well over 24 hours growth and all terminated.
Yes, could you turn it a little bit more from the lateral view? More. There is less very low light, very dark. It's to recognize, the length is to recognize, and also the number. Oh, that's wonderful.
Hey, does that help?
That helps very well. Fine. It's okay. Thank you very much, Bernard.
Sehr herzlich willkommen hier an Bord des Raumschiffes Columbia. Es gibt viele Fragen, wie sieht eigentlich so ein Shuttle aus?
It allows the blood flow to change in the artery.
Another thing you probably heard about recently, when that happened last night, the folks took a look at it then, and they went off and did the conservative thing and ran what we call our small leak procedure, where you go check various vents and you go check various places where you could have some leakage. You know, all the time we do have some spec leakage on the vehicle as we're there, so we do expect some leakage all the time, but we saw about 1/10 of a pound an hour over what we would have expected. As it turns out, we went back and looked at the data a little later on when we had some more time, and basically we can tie that down to a thermal transient that was going on in the cabin and some O2 flow that we saw, and we don't really believe there was a leak ever really there. It was just a little bit of delta that we saw there while that was going on.
Okay, John, good to be able to talk to you. Unfortunately, as you gave your question, you kind of faded out. I want to say also it's an honor for me to be able to talk to you guys, and thanks to everybody up there, General Hosmer and Captain, now Major James, and Captain McCormick, for all the hard work they did putting this together. Go ahead with your question, over. Just barely. Here.
Go ahead, Ulrich.
I've cleaned the front end.
Together.
Copied.
And Jerry, by the way, we now have the module view down here on our pictures.